not able to do small talk. Time is the one asset that depreciates every day. And there's no return on, there's no getting that back. It's gone. So each interaction, each second, each conversation you take into your brain is a part of that time. I'd much rather talk about our passions. That's the first thing I want to know about you when I meet you is like, what are you passionate about? And are you passionate and attempting to achieve? I don't care what you're passionate about. If it's your job, I'd much rather talk about that. If it's your family, I'd much rather talk about that. But small talk is just a waste of time. And I got to the point where it's like, the times that I've been the most depressed in my life comes from going to a job I hate, having a studio in my room, having access to the internet, but still going to this job, making a little bit over minimum wage to eat, you know what I mean? To have a crib, have a roof. And it's the worst feeling. I feel like this is a tangent, but nowadays, you have access to the information to be successful at whatever you want. It's up to you. And the way I look at it is when you wake up in the morning, what's the first thing you think about? What is something that you would do no matter what? Like if money was not an option, is there anything that you would do 12 hours a day just because you love it? Me personally, I like to create art, and I could do it. I miss sleep because of it, and I feel like it's something that everyone should experience, especially with the internet. It's enough real estate out there for everybody to get on. Whoever works the hardest is going to be the one that gets successful. You know what I mean? So I feel like it's just no excuses anymore. If you want to be seen, if you want to be known, you got to put in that work. And if you want to be the best at your job, you got to put in that work. You know what I mean? So I guess the point of me saying this is back in the day, we didn't have this opportunity. We didn't have a chance to blow up with one good piece of content, one good song. I mean, you did, but it wasn't this easy. You know what I'm saying? There's people, anything is possible. And I know we're at this age, I'm 23, and I'm starting to realize, like, we're just at that age of indifference, like the early 20s, it's all full of indifference. And that's what kind of throws me off, because if you think about what you would do, no outside factors. A lot of people are lost because, and me too, lost because of what other people would think, the fear of what would that mean for me? What is that energy like? What are people going to think of me if I get on a podcast and talk about anime all day? You know what I mean? If I make music that's positive nowadays when there's not really much in it no more. It just fucks with my head, because once you remove yourself from thinking about the outside opinions and just do it, you're going to feel liberated. It's going to be hard. It's not going to be easy. It's not like an overnight thing, but it's like, do what you love. Fuck the bullshit. And the possibilities are endless. So I guess the point of this was just me saying, keep going, keep progressing. I know it's rough days. It's days where you feel like you're not making no moves. It's days you feel like you're not prospering. It's days you feel like it's the same thing. It's redundant. But as long as you keep pushing and believing in yourself, as cliche as it sounds, write down a plan, write down your goals, and no matter what happens in that day, when you wake up in the morning, do that. If you got to work 8 hours and then come home and work 6 on what you love, do that. Do whatever you're passionate about to the fullest, because tomorrow is not promised. And being average nowadays is not acceptable if that's not what you want to be. It's time to go and get it. It's 2018. Secure the bag. We spend so much time watching other people living vicariously through them, securing the bag. But once we unlock that, we can go get it, that we have the potential. All we have to do is build up our skill set, build up our knowledge, build up our charisma / our confidence, and just go and get the bag. So you can be the light for somebody else versus you watching somebody else's light and not doing anything about it. Yeah.